And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Irondale High School. You are just in time here as the Coon Rapids Cardinals Irondale Knights just getting underway. 1-1 count on the leadoff hitter Ryan Garlick. I'm Charlie Beatty. Howie Shapiro along with me as well, and Howie, turned out to be a pretty decent day for baseball.
Yeah, it's nice, and you never know in Minnesota when you're going to get a game in, and you're right, it's a little bit breezy, a little sun, a little bit of a sprinkle here and there, but it's going to be a nice day for a game. And Charlie, it's an honor and a pleasure to do a game with you.
Thank you, sir. Likewise. There's a little chopper back to the mound. Jack Zupfer. Got to be quick to get Garlick, and he will get him by a step over at first base. One gone here in the top half of the first inning between Irondale and Coon Rapids. Coon Rapids coming in at 2-1, Irondale at 1-3. A couple games washed out for both teams early on in the season, as is always the case here in Minnesota in April. You put them on the schedule and then you hope.
Cardinals felt that they had a great opportunity to win the other day at home against Totino Grace, a 2-1 loss where they out-hit them 5-1. They just, a couple of pitching miscues led to a couple of runs.
Up and in on Xander Parr, 1 ball and no strikes.
Parr hitting .400 on the season.
I already saw Garlick, now Parr. Kobe Peary is on deck for the Cardinals. This one is fouled away over the truck. 1 ball and 1 strike.
In talking to head coach Matt Mossy about that loss, he said, we just didn't hit when we had opportunities, and that's something that we've been doing through the first couple of games, looking to get back into it here today.
1-2 now on Parr. Irondale feels that pain. They're hitting 189 as a team through 4 games. They've pitched pretty well.
Yeah, they have.
See Parr at third base today. Ryan Garlick would lead off the game in center field. Kobe Peary is the catcher. Braden Farley, if anybody gets on, and he's pitching today for Coon Rapids as well. 2-2 pitch on the way to Xander Parr. Hit hard down the first base line and past the diving first baseman Joe Super. Parr is going to dig for second. They might have a play on him. He will be in. Head first slide well in front of the ball with a 1-out double.
Charlie, he didn't hesitate. He knew he was going to take second base once that ball got past first base. And again, Xander with some speed, able to beat it out, get second. An opportunity for the Cardinals with a runner in scoring position, see if they can draw first. But Blood, nice hit down the first baseline. You get the uniform dirty. You didn't necessarily need to, but it's always good to get that uniform dirty.
Always good to be sure. And maybe he knew what we were just talking about before we came on the air, that the grass here looking a little slow with some of the water that we've had. So slows down in the outfield, allowed him the extra base, and that sets him up for the best hitter in the lineup here in Kobe Peary. 1 ball and no strikes as he takes one down and away. Or Kirby Peary, pardon me.
He's 10 at bats, 5 hits, batting .500 on the season. And you're right, he is definitely the big hitter in this lineup.
You got to have that engine. And this one gets away from the catcher, and that's going to move Parr down to second base right off the tip of the glove of Cooper Jorgensen, one of 2 Jorgensen brothers in this Irondale lineup. Cooper is the catcher, and certainly miscommunication there between he and Zupfer, the pitcher. They're going to talk about it.
Yeah, a good opportunity for the Cardinals to get on the board here with just 1 away and a runner at third.
Zupfer has the only win for the Irondale pitching staff this year against Spring Lake Park. 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 3 in a dominant Irondale effort. And again, the rest of the games they've pitched well, just haven't put together the at-bats. So now it's 3-0 on Peary.
I'm assuming he's going to watch this pitch come.
Certainly looked like that was the case, right down the middle. Hitter you have to be careful with to see if he gets anything decent to go after here on the 3-1 pitch. And Zupfer steps off as Peary calls time.
Yeah, Kirby going to play at Omaha next season. Get an opportunity to catch there. Good program.
3-1 pitch grounded to first, and that gets under the glove of Super. Peary's going to take a hard turn at first base, and he is hustling towards second. This is not handled well in the outfield. It is 1-0 Coon Rapids. Hard hit ball, and looked like it stayed down on Super when he thought it was going to come up.
Well, one thing that Coach Mossy brings to this program, he said since day one, is that we're going to be aggressive on the base pass, and we're going to take some chances when we feel they have the opportunity. And they have some athletes that can do that. And you see just getting under the glove of Joe Super, and then Newberg and Wright misplayed it.
Looked like they did score that a hit, so will be a double for Peary. He's now 6 of 11. And Braden Farley likes that. He's the starting pitcher today, and he's up 1-0 on the count on Zupfer.
He's struggling a little play. 1 of 9 on the season, hitting 111.
1-1.
This would be a great time for him to work on getting that average heading a little north.
Did have a double in Tuesday's game.
Yes, he did.
And Peary taking off for third early. They throw down there, and he is out by about a half a step. Thought he could catch Irondale sleeping, but Zupfer got off the mound just in time, threw it over to the third baseman, Carter Jorgensen, the older of the two Jorgensens.
Yeah, made a nice play on it and really takes himself out of an inning that could have scored multiple runs. You can see it here as the throw comes down and it just flies the tag just before he gets to the bag.
One of those where the throw beats him in very close play, and with the 2-umpire system, that's usually enough. 1-2 on Farley. He took a called strike while we saw that replay. Now 2-2. Just your standard 1-5 caught stealing.
Drive it now.
2-2 pitch on the way to the cleanup hitter. And the grounder towards second base. Aiden Price is there for Irondale, on to first, and that ends the inning. 4-3 the putout. 2 hits in the inning and 1 run. Pardon me, they've now downgraded it to 1 run, or 1 hit on 1 run, 1 error for Irondale, and nobody left on for Coon Rapids, leading after a half inning.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Get it. Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill, bring good home.
One nothing Coon Rapids after a half an inning of play over Irondale here on CTN. You see the logo, and there is the starting lineup for Bobby Lynch and the Irondale Knights. Carson Schicker in center field leads it off. Colin Ward in left. Nate Foley to shortstop. Carter Jorgensen at third. Nolan Newberg in right. Max Strong in the DH. Aiden Price at second base. Cooper Jorgensen behind the plate, and Joe Super at first. And they will be up against the left-hander today, and Braden Farley making his second start of the year. Started the first game of the season against Minnetonka. His first pitch, a good one on the outside corner to Carson Schicker. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, and he got the win in that game against Minnetonka, although his ERA is up about 7.
Up 0-2 here on Schicker, who's a good hitter. In his last 3 games here for Irondale, he hit .424 a year ago. That one's up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Irondale, like Coon Rapids, a lot of new faces in the lineup, as is the case pretty much every year. 1-2, and that was a good defensive swing there by Schicker to fight it off.
Yeah, Schicker comes in hitting .250. 3 hits, all singles, and 12 at-bats.
And not much of an extra base guy last year. 25 hits, 22 of them were singles, and this one fouled away out of play toward the softball field where there's a game going on. Action over on the football/lacrosse field here in the spring. Track practicing.
A lot going on here today.
Do it here, Braden. You got it, buddy. Right in there, kid.
1-2 count to Schicker. And another foul, and again, he is just up there defensive against Farley, who's really hitting the spots here in this first at bat.
Oh, that's what you want from your leadoff hitter, though, an opportunity to protect the plate and get a chance to get on.
Up and away, 2-2. Colin Ward, the left fielder. Nate Foley, the shortstop, will be the other 2 scheduled hitters.
Braden, you got it, bud.
for Irondale here in this bottom half of the first. Off-speed pitch, and that one again hit right out of the catcher's glove. Another late swing there, just defensive by Schicker, but stays alive.
Yeah, he realized he better make a little contact with that ball, otherwise he may have been called out.
Quick wrists on that swing. And they need the baseballs back because he's fouled all of them off here in this at-bat. That's one of the wonderful things about high school baseball. When you go to a major league game, they've got boxes and boxes of balls.
You got to get somebody chasing the foul balls here.
Anybody who played high school baseball was that kid at one point. 2-2. And another one, soft liner into right, and playable out there for Jackson Aurelius, and he makes the catch in front of the diving Ryan Garlick, making an effort, but it is an F9, one gone. That's how you back up a play in the outfield.
Exactly, or how you get on Sports Night and get an opportunity to get on the weekly show.
So that'll bring up Ward. And just low with the first one.
You're right there, 10. You're right there.
Irondale coming off a loss to Blaine on Tuesday. Scored 2 runs. Ward drove in both of them. And he's up on the count, 2-0.
Yeah, opened the season with a 7-3 loss to Stillwater, pretty good ball club. And you mentioned a 7-0 win over Spring Lake Park.
That one's whacked in the hole. Nice play at short by Orlikowski. Throwing across the diamond, not in time, but a nice play just to knock that one down. Infield single for Ward for sure.
Yeah, it was going to be tough to get him from the hole in that situation, because he did go so far to his right and then throw deep, and it was pretty good throw nonetheless. But runner's obviously going to be there.
Made it close for sure. That'll ring up Foley. Takes one up and away, junior shortstop. Also listed on the roster as a third baseman and a pitcher.
Foley hitting 125, 1 for 8 on the season.
And up on the count, 2-0. So the Knights down a run here, have a chance to answer back in the bottom half of the first inning. Trying to go against Farley now, pitching out of the stretch. Takes a look at first, on the way, and it is down low. Worth looking at first against Irondale. This is a team that's stolen 10 bases already this year. They like to go.
Yeah, they're definitely aggressive, and they know that Peary, tough catcher behind the mound too.
There you go.
Taking all the way there was Foley, barely even affected a batting stance. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 3-1.
I meant behind the plate, not behind the mound. That would be interesting.
Outside ball 4, and 2 runners on here for Irondale, and that will bring up Carter Jorgensen, dangerous third baseman.
Yeah, you talked about this is a good situation here for Irondale with 1 out and 2 on, but you talked about that struggling a little bit at the plate are the Knights, and Jorgensen hitting 222 on the season. But it's obviously early.
Did most of his damage in their opening game against Stillwater. Actually hitless in his last 3 games. But he's a guy who can drive him in, led the team in runs, batted in a year ago, had Irondale's only home run in 2018. Trying to get 2019 off to a good start, takes the ball. Imagine there are not a lot of home runs hit here.
I wouldn't think.
Spacious outfield.
Yeah, I got some distance in between the fence.
On the outside corner, and Peary comes up bluffing a throw, 1-1. You see a good shot of it. And that left field, if it looks like it goes uphill to you a little bit, it does.
Yes, it does. Makes it challenging.
You work with the space you're given.
Absolutely.
1-1, and fouled away. Right in on the hands there, and Farley ahead of the cleanup hitter with Nolan Newberg, the right fielder, waiting on deck. There's the little hill, not much of one, but enough to notice.
Dude, here, Braden, go get it here, bud.
Big lead off second base, and a swing and a miss. Good fastball there for Farley, and they snap a throw down to first. Farley gets the strikeout.
Now, big second out as well.
Good job, Braden. Good job, bud.
As a pitcher, you can do a little bit more with 2 away. But yeah, you mentioned a nice fastball. Getting him.
So here's the right fielder, Newberg.
Newberg hitting 200 on the season.
Get in there, 10.
First pitch on the way, off speed and up and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Didn't miss by too much.
You got it here, 10. You got it, buddy.
Newberg getting 5th in the lineup this year. Mentioned there's a lot of new faces. He had 1 at bat all last year. That's how you know your team has changed.
Yeah.
You got a middle of the order guy who barely played a year ago.
Do it again here, Braden.
Did have his first high school hit in the opener against Stillwater. It was a triple. Fouls this one away. 1-2. So Farley 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning with a 1-out single and a 1-out walk. Big strikeout of the cleanup man, now going after the number 5 hitter.
Yeah, a good situation ahead of the count 1-2.
Here,
and you get an opportunity to use a couple of different pitches here.
Runners are going, and it's strike 3 called. And Farley with back-to-back strikeouts gets out of the inning as he gets Jorgensen, he gets Newberg, and Coon Rapids after 1 leads by 1 on CTN.
Deep downfield, Milwaukee behind the defense has the catch, and he is gone.
Great showing in the 100 butterfly. She can't quite catch the leader.
And it's hard to throw you for a loop. No, not when it comes to swimming.
Meet the scan. A simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
1-0 Cardinals after 1. Here is the lineup. Saw Garlick, Farr, Peary, and Farley in that first inning. Nate Breams will lead it off. First base, Jackson Aurelius. In right field, batting in the 6-hole, Ryan Corey. Jack Arndt and Logan Roxine will finish it off for Coon Rapids. Up 1-0 already against Jack Zupfer. Ready to deliver here in the top half of the second, and it is a strike to Nate Breams.
Breams off to a good start to plate, hitting .429. 3 base hits and 7 at-bats.
Been the extra base hit man so far. All
three
three
doubles.
are doubles.
Yep.
They would certainly take that here. And
yeah. Yes, they would.
Evens the count 1-1. See some of the blankets behind home plate. It's one of those days where in between innings we're either taking off or putting on a jacket. And that one is down the left field line. That might do the trick as it is a fair ball just inside the chalk. He will take a big turn at first, but it was received well out there by Colin Ward, who will hold him to a single.
Yeah, the ball, once it hit the grass, it didn't travel as far, and as you mentioned, Ward did a nice job of coming in on it. Kind of slowed down a little bit in that outfield grass.
Just inside the line, you see Ward really hustling. But the leadoff man is on nonetheless. Good curveball there for a strike to Aurelius.
Jackson looking for his first hit of the season.
Do it, Jackson. You got it here, buddy.
Junior swings and misses. Good fastball there. Quickly behind 0-2.
Do it here, Jackson. You got it here, buddy.
Coon Rapids 8-12 a year ago.
Buddy, you got it.
Irondale was 13-12. Here's a chopper down the third base line. That is a foul ball. Jorgensen really worked that one foul as he rounded it. So the 8-12, 13-12. That just shows you what a wacky spring it was last year. That 5 games they couldn't play.
Crazy. And really an off year for Coon Rapids. You know, typically we see Coon Rapids a better regular season record than 8-13. There's head coach Matt Mossey's second year, the head coach for the Cardinals. Of course.
And strike 3 called, and the ball dropped, but nowhere for Aurelius to go. So a called third strike, 1 out, and that'll bring up Ryan Curry.
Ryan Corey also looking for his first hit. Called there, dropped by Jorgensen, but as you mentioned, nowhere to go with first base being occupied.
Corey takes one down and away. Playing left field today is Ryan.
Ryan, drive it out there, bud.
And that one's down low as well. So 2-0, the Coon Rapids left fielder, Breams at first. Jack Orlikowski, the shortstop, is waiting his chance on deck. See some of the semi-bundled up fans. Breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, now the sun comes back out, and soon we're going to be taking the jacket off and then putting it back on. And
Studio 17, find the green, buddy.
Our zippers still work at the end of the day.
They're going to get a workout.
We know we made it. Quick check of the runner over at first. 2 balls and a strike on Ryan Corey. Cardinals trying to add to an early lead, and that one's up high, 3-1. These two teams did get a chance to meet last year, which can't take anything for granted last spring that everybody got a chance to play. Irondale won it 4-3. And a strike on the outside corner. Cardinals won the last meeting here a couple of years ago, 6-0.
I believe Joe and I did that Irondale game, the 4-3 loss last year.
Check on the runner over at first, nearly got away from Super. Full count here, so Bobby Lynch concerned about the possible runner taking off with 1 out. Does not do it. Grounded to the right side. That might find a hole. Slow roller towards second to throw to first. Pulls Super off the bag. Didn't handle it off the tip of his glove. Not sure it would have been in time anyway.
Yeah,
slow grounder.
I think so as well. Now, when you have a name like Joe Super, is there something you have to live up to with having a last name as Super?
I mean, I wouldn't think so.
I don't know.
That's a lot of pressure to put on a young guy.
It is a lot of pressure.
E4 called on that play, so that's on the second baseman Price.
Second error of the ball game for Irondale.
You got Price and Super on the right side of the infield. There's a grocery store chain in there somewhere for these kids down the line. Down and away. 1 ball, no strikes to Orlikowski. So runners at first and second after the single and the error. 2 errors in the game for Irondale today. They made 5 this year in their first handful of games, but only 1 unearned run. So they've been able to get away with most of the defensive miscues. 1-1 pitch, foul down the right field line, and Orlikowski behind in the count with Logan Rotzine waiting on deck.
Orlikowski hitting 167 on this young season. Steps to the plate, an opportunity for the bottom half of this lineup to see if they can get some production.
Another guy who didn't play much last year, only 3 at-bats, 1 hit, and it came against Irondale. Takes it down low, 2-2.
Good patience at the plate.
Chance for some RBIs here if he can find a spot. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and this one pop foul. That'll get over the Irondale dugout. Decent amount of foul ground here, but not that much.
And also a decent amount of green behind the plate, too. If a ball gets by, you got an opportunity to take some bases here.
Saw that in the top half of the first inning. Another 2-2 pitch. This one's just knuckled down the right field line, and that'll do the job. That's going to get Breams home. And hustling into second with a double is Orlikowski. Corey rounding third as the ball rolled away, but the backup is there. Nice 2-strike hitting there from Orlikowski, and right off the end of the bat down the right field line.
Coach Mossy talked to me earlier today about that game against Totino, and they've had the opportunities, but didn't hit in situations, pressure situations. That's typically a great base hit in a situation where you've got an opportunity to score some runs, and perfect placement down that right field line, and opportunity to stretch it into a double and get a couple RBI.
So now a chance for Rotzine to score a run without a base hit. And again, they cycle in the baseballs again. Clouds back in over the ball field here at Irondale.
Behind the green, Logan, you got it.
1 for 3 at the plate for Logan.
Takes a strike to the knees.
Saw it here, bud. You saw one.
That one hit coming on Tuesday.
Yep.
All right, Logan. Do it here,
One of the
Logan.
5 for the Cardinals against Totino.
Behind the green, bud.
And this one again just sliced into right. That might be enough to get a runner home. Tagging at third, and here comes the relay. Not in time as the ball skips away, and it looked like Corey was going to beat it anyway. So the sacrifice fly gets the runner home. And an RBI for Rotzing. So the bottom of the order getting it done here.
And they did, and that's certainly something Coach Mossy wants to see, is get some production from the bottom half of his lineup, and he has. Now an opportunity for Garlick at the top to see if he can keep this inning alive.
Do it here, Ryan.
And Braden Farley over on the bench just saying, hey guys, keep it coming.
Yeah, always nice to go back on the mound with a nice little lead.
They say storm here,
Back to the top of the order. Garlick bounced out to the pitcher his first at bat. That one hits him in the box, so foul ball.
Hit him in the face. Do it here, Ryan.
And did make a great effort backing up a ball in right center field.
Yep.
Bottom half of the first inning. So he got his uniform a little brassy.
He did. He's figured, let's do it right away.
You're gonna do laundry anyway. 1-1.
This is true. Nice job by Cooper Jorgensen behind the plate to keep that ball in front of him. It was in the dirt.
Do it here, Ryan. A lot of green waiting for you, bud. Find it.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Up high with the curveball, 2-1. Scenes up for do that a couple times, trying to throw that breaking ball. 4 strikes. Not necessarily looking for a swing and miss. That one stayed inside. 2-1. In the dirt. Another nice job by Jorgensen.
You know, you talk all the time how important it is to have a good defensive catcher. Really can keep you and save opportunities for you.
Do it here, Ryan.
3-1 pitch. And Garlick hard grounder past the diving shortstop Foley, and that'll get another run home.
Nice 2-out hitting
Keep it going here, Zan.
by Ryan Garlick.
That might have been the hardest hit ball of this inning.
Pitching coach is gonna take a walk out and talk to Supfer. Haven't seen anybody warming up at all at this point, but.
And again, that's really, like I said, that was the only hard hit ball of the inning. It's not necessarily how hard Coon Rapids is hitting, it's where they're hitting him here in this early portion of the ball game. It does look like they might get somebody throwing. I saw Tommy Kunza walking over there with a glove on, so we'll see. But again, Zupfer, I don't think is necessarily pitching all that poorly.
No.
2 of these runs unearned in this inning.
In this situation, you're concerned about the hitter at the plate. Just get that third out and get out of the inning without any more damage.
That hitter will be the lefty Xander Parr.
Do it here, Zan.
And of course, Kirby Peary waiting on deck. You don't want to keep it going
no,
to face him.
You don't want 2 on and have to face Kirby at all, if at all possible.
Hot here, kid. A lot of green waiting for you, Zan.
Garlick is going. The throw down to second base. And the fielders weren't quite there yet. Irondale looks like just not quite fully in tune with everything going on here early. Stolen base for Garlick.
That's his 3rd on the season.
Let's do it here, Zan. Go, Zan. Find that green. Score him.
Pitch on the way, and that one's inside. So now 2-0 as the first pitch also called a ball.
Now we'll see if the aggressive base running of Ryan Garlick can pay off and lead to an additional run.
There's a strike, 2-1.
You saw it here, 5. You saw it.
4-0 ball game, and we were talking before the game how high school baseball is so great it's never over. So
exactly.
Job for Zupfer just to keep it right here, right now. And it's 3-1.
Good eye, Xander. Good eye, bud.
Anything can happen, and usually does.
Yeah,
in high school baseball.
You just never know. I mean, it's not often you can count on a lead staying.
And the pitch, pop foul back over our heads.
Runs
the count full.
You got it here, buddy. Let's do it here, Zan. Protect, bud. Protect.
Second full count of the inning for Zupfer. There you see Peary waiting on deck, wants a chance. Big breaking ball, and he struck him out Second strikeout of the inning for Zupfer. But the Cardinals get 3 on 3 more hits, 1 more error, and they leave 1 through an inning and a half. All Coon Rapids 4-0 on CTN.
Did you know you can report problems to the city with your smartphone? Download the Coon Rapids app. The Report It feature allows you to describe the problem, snap a photo, and submit it directly to the city work order system. It's an easy way to report a pothole, broken street light, or other neighborhood concern. No smartphone? Then hop online and report your concern through the city's website. City maintenance problems solved the easy way. Coon Rapids Report It.
This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come.
Hi, I'm Ryan Nagasu, 2010 Olympian and bronze medal winner of the 2014 U.S. Championships. I knew I loved skating at the age of 5, and now it's become my life passion. Find your skating passion at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. Classes are available all year round. It could be the place where your skating dreams come true. See you on ice.
Oh, it's so nice to all be sitting down together. You can tell me something they did today.
I drew a horsey.
Good for you, son.
I started smoking.
I love you too, sweetheart.
I'm selling bongs out of our minivan.
I got a tramp stamp.
I'm getting implants.
I'm dating your brother.
Uh-huh.
I'm cooking meth in the basement.
Great idea, kiddo. That's why you're so popular at school.
Good lead for Braden Farley here through an inning and a half. 3 in the top half of the second for the Cardinals, and Max Strong leads it off for Irondale here in the bottom half of the second. Charlie Beatty, Howie Shapiro with you. Jackets still on.
Yeah, I think they're going to stay on.
Another grounder deep in the hole at short. Orlikowski, high throw, and that one's going to go to the screen back there. And another tough play for deep in the hole for the shortstop. That one will likely go as an E6.
Yeah, I almost felt he had to rush it a little bit, and I don't think he quite had to, but put a little bit too much on that. That one he had deeper in the hole was a better throw and probably had a little less time. But you could see the ball just sailed on him, but he had plenty of time. I don't think he needed to rush that throw.
Do give him an error. That'll bring up Aiden Price, who takes a strike. Yeah, you wonder if the first one informed the second one, and he thought, I got to get this out of here. Strong was moving down the line, but didn't look like as quick a hitter as we saw Colin Ward. Pops off the glove of Peary, but it is strike 2, and Strong not going anywhere.
Okay, Braden, go get it now, buddy.
Strong, the DH for the pitcher, Zupfer. He's on at first.
Take him yourself here, Braden.
And the second baseman, Aiden Price, choking up on the bat here with 2 strikes on him. Down in the dirt, Peary blocks it.
Good job by Kirby just to get in front of that.
2 runners on in that first inning against Farley, but Irondale unable to push anything across. The back-to-back strikeouts got him out of the inning, and another late swing, another foul ball here against Farley.
Doing good out there, Braden. Doing good, buddy.
Very much, you would think the ace of this Coon Rapids staff, Braden Farley. Start against the state runners-up in the opening game of the year. That probably means you're the ace, and he did against Minnetonka. As you said, got the win.
Brandon Strauss has been the best pitcher so far on this staff early on.
2-2 pitch on the way. Just low, another close one.
Right there, a little higher, buddy, a little higher.
Strauss threw a complete game against Maple Grove. Pretty strong, a couple of those runs. It was a 10-5 win, a couple of those unearned.
You got it, Braden, go get it, bud.
Payoff pitch, struck him out. Like he took a little bit off that one. 3 straight outs via the strikeout here for Farley. And that'll bring up Cooper Jorgensen.
I see it again. A nice pitch, dropping a little bit in the zone.
That came after a couple of very close calls on pitches down in the zone, so Price had to go after it, check over at first, and a bit of an adventurous one over there for Nate Breams, diving over the runner to make the play and keep the ball near the bag. It's Cooper Jorgensen, the sophomore, younger brother of the third baseman Carter. Steps in. First pitch down and in. Joe Super waiting on deck as the bottom of the order here for Irondale, trying to get them back into the game a little bit. 1-0 pitch from Farley, and that one's served into right field, and coming on to make the diving catch is Aurelius. That ball was tailing away from him and quickly, and he adjusted.
Yeah, I thought that ball was going to drop in front of him, and he just made a really nice move and able to make a play on the ball and get that second out, a big second out for the Cardinals as well. And
I see the dive at the end there. That's because the ball took a sharp right on him, and he was able to stay with it. Here's a slow roller down to third from Super. Across the diamond to end the inning. So some good defense there from Coon Rapids to end the inning. After the leadoff base runner, you'll get another look at the great play by Aurelius as we go to break. 4-0 Cardinals.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Need some leaves on those trees as we get into the back half of April. Right in the middle of some good wooded area here, this Irondale ballpark.
You can see the
it's so tucked in here.
It is tucked. It is tucked in here. I mean, and like we talked about, they have a lot going on here. All one softball, tennis, lacrosse was practicing, and you saw a lot of the fans under blankets. It's sun's down. It's got a little chilly, a little windy.
Peary trying to butt his way on here, takes a strike. There you see last remnants of winter.
Yes.
We hope.
Let's hope so. But in this, it's April still, and anything can happen. My birthday is the end of April, and I remember many a birthday where it snowed.
Strike two on the inside corner. I'm mid-December, so I can't.
Oh, so yeah, you can't. Yeah.
No sympathy here.
Yeah, I can't remember too many birthdays where it's 70 at your birthday.
In the dirt, that one skips up and over the backstop. You don't expect to get hit by a wild pitch.
No. Oh, and it went right off the catcher's shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Off of Jorgensen's shoulder.
Peary right there commiserating. He knows the drill. Here's the pitch again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He took the bulk of that one.
Looks like he's ready to roll again. 2-2 on the Cardinals' three-hitter. Peary with an RBI double in the first inning.
Good there, Kirby. Got here, buddy.
Was then thrown out, trying to steal third by the pitcher. Breaking ball. That was whacked into left field. Second hit.
Yeah, he's solid baseball player.
That ball left right in the hit zone for him. Didn't really break. Ways up for wanted. And Peary didn't miss it.
No, he did not. He turned on it.
A little bit of a drizzle coming back in here at the ballpark, as Farley staked to a 4-0 lead. Up there with a runner on, and Peary dives back.
Yeah, I would love to contribute at the plate again. Opportunity to keep this, see if he can build this lead for himself, or help build it.
4 runs, 5 hits for Coon Rapids. There's a grounder, and that just squeaks its way through. Peary, the big turnaround second. His third base was empty, and he'll have to dive back. So another base hit, back-to-back singles to start the inning, and that'll bring up Breams.
You see that base hit right past the diving Carter Jorgensen, as I think we're going to have a pitching change here. A couple of back-to-back base hits. Yeah. And
tough break for
So it's his day's over, yep.
He pitched decently well, but he does give up the 6 hits. We'll step aside. Coon Rapids up 4-0, digging for more here in the top of the third.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
The Coon Rapids Recycling Center can help you recycle all of your old appliances and electronics. From your old refrigerator to washers and dryers, we can help you recycle your appliances and keep them out of the waste stream, which is required by state law. When it comes to electronics, some fees may apply. Check our website for more details. The Coon Rapids Recycling Center, helping you recycle even more.
Top of the third, nobody out, 2 on for Coon Rapids, and a new pitcher in there for Irondale. Saw him warming up last inning. It's senior Tommy Kunza making his second appearance in as many games. Pitched 2 innings against Blaine on Tuesday. Trying to quell this rally here for Coon Rapids with Breams coming up.
Yeah, he's pitched 4 innings in total, 3 base hits, 1 run, but unearned.
Also appeared against Stillwater early in the year, so against a couple good lineups, Blaine and Stillwater. And an off-speed pitch. Breams swings and misses. Breams singled and scored, leading off the second inning. Cardinals got 3 there. They got 1 in the first, and they've got a big inning brewing here in the third if they can keep things moving. In the dirt, another good block by Jorgensen, 1-1.
Do it, Nader. You got it here, bud.
So 2 innings for Zupfer. He gave up 5 hits, 4 runs. By my count, only 2 of them earned. He's on the hook for 2 right now. Another swing and a miss.
Another off-speed pitch, full Breams.
You got it here, buddy. Got to protect now. Protect 3-7. You got this.
Kunza with a look back at Peary at second base. Goes off speed again. That one's down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I believe Jack Arndt is doing the courtesy running for Farley at first base, number 8.
That is correct.
There's Jack.
You got it, bud.
2-2 the count. Just off the outside corner, runs it full.
Tough to take that one with 2 strikes.
Doing good, Nader. Doing good, bud.
Rain spitting down a little bit here in this top half of the third. Do see some blue sky behind us. Payoff pitch on the way. Another off-speed pitch. 3 swings and misses on really the same pitch from Kunza, but he got him. That's the first out.
Yeah, and he shook his head, just a little disappointed in himself there. You're going to see that A nice pitch.
Wonder if he's shaking his head thinking maybe that was ball 4.
I think it might have been.
Find the green, buddy. Drive it.
That'll bring up Aurelius, the defensive star of this game so far. 1 at bat, struck out looking last inning. And an RBI spot here. Peary going after it. Aurelius waving at the pitch for strike 1, but a couple of stolen bases, and with 1 out, that puts a runner 90 feet away.
Do it here, Jackson. Base hit,
Yeah, a good opportunity for Jackson if he can find some green in the outfield. Get a couple RBI.
Do it here, 3s.
I wonder if that was the old run and hit. It was a swing that looked like he was just trying to make some contact. Takes one down low.
Do it, Jackson. You got it here, buddy.
Cardinals giving credit for 5 hits on the scoreboard. I have 6 with the 2 this inning.
Yeah.
2 and 1.
Agree.
And again, both runners on base are charged to Zupfer if they come home. Coon's trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Down in the count here, 2 and 1. And a foul tip.
Opportunity here for Coonza. See if he can get a release at the plate. Trying to get out of that, as you mentioned, get out of this inning without any additional damage from that already 4-0 lead.
That would be big for the Knights if they can escape this. Another slow curveball. That one's a base hit into left field. 1 run scores. Arndt rounding third hard. He will come home without a throw, and Aurelius holds up with a 2-run single.
A good piece of hitting by Jackson Aurelius, able to drive a couple more runs in, and you saw the aggressive base running of Coon Rapids as Coach Mossy is sending Arndt all the way. That ball for the base hit. Gets it past Foley at short.
So that closes the line on Zupfer, who went 2 innings, 6 runs, 4 earned. There's a ball down low to Corey. Gave up the 6 hits, didn't walk anybody, struck out 2. And a lot of bad luck mixed in there for Zupfer. A lot of balls hit softly into open spaces. And a swing and a miss by Ryan Corey.
Hey, good cut.
Hits column on the scoreboard might be broken.
It must be.
It's stuck on 5.
Yeah, because now it's at 7. Should be at 7 anyway for Coon Rapids.
And a foul at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the real key, Charlie, will be if the home team gets a hit, and if that one moves, we'll see if it's actually broken or not.
Then you wonder if something fishy is going on.
That's right. If they just refuse to move past the 5-hit plateau.
As long as the run column keeps counting up, I think Coon Rapids is fine with it. Another block there, but that one skips away, and down to second base goes Aurelius. On the wild pitch, double play is off the table now for Irondale, and Corey, who reached on an error on a slow roller towards second base, scored a run last inning.
Ryan, you got it here, buddy.
Again, a good block, just a little heavy.
Yeah, right off the heel of the glove.
Still protecting.
1 and 2. And that one gets away, and that will move the runner down to third base. So a tough day for Irondale.
Yeah, fly to the outfield even should bring home an additional run.
Coon Rapids really just pouncing on every little mistake, too. They have made the Knights pay for any small error.
They say you score them.
Payoff pitch. Got him. Looking. So 2 strikeouts here for Coonza, sandwiched around the 2-run single. And that'll bring up Orlikowski with a big RBI double last inning.
Very animated call from our home plate official as well.
And Orlikowski fouls one away. No balls and 1 strike. You got to keep the job interesting.
Yeah, I guess so.
Jack got here, bud.
I always wanted to ask umpires about that, how you develop your strike call style. Everybody's got their own.
Yeah, everybody's a little bit different. Some are animated, some are not.
A 1 ball, 1 strike. We sometimes have fun with animated umpires, but I tell you what, if you're ever in a press box far away, you want an animated umpire.
Yeah, oh,
You
absolutely.
can't hear them. You want to be able to see them.
Someone like Leslie Nielsen from
So Orlikowski into right field, coming on and making a rolling catch out there is Nolan Newberg to win the inning. Not quite the flash of what Aurelius did, but still made the play on another tailing liner. But 2 more runs in the inning for Coon Rapids. They lead it 6-0.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything.
I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor.
If making my detox public is gonna help somebody, I'm all for it. I just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Cardinal softball team. I believe this is, I think the varsity's over at Coon Rapids, so I think it's JV.
Still, just a little flavor of what's going on here at Irondale today.
Oh, I guess they are at the far field from what I've been told now.
Yeah, that's the field behind us. There's also one off to our right.
That's the varsity.
Do it, Braden. Do it, buddy.
First pitch from Farley here in the bottom half of the third, now with a 6-0 lead. Just keeps getting better for him every time he goes out there. Ball 1 to Carson Schickert, leadoff hitter, up there for the 2nd time for Irondale.
There's varsity. There's the varsity softball team.
Do it, Braden, right in there, bud.
That score box is not applied to both games. We don't know. Well, we don't know. This one into right field. Aurelius calling off. He's second baseman
Good job, Jackson.
Rotzine, and he goes tumbling over him, but he has the ball. And everybody's okay. That's the big
really
news.
is a little bit bigger than Rotzine as well. A little bit of size on him.
He gets the put out, and Rotzine gets a knee in the back.
Yeah.
Take your pick. Oh,
yeah, he got hit a little bit. Yeah. Fortunately, both of them are okay.
Never want to sandwich it out with a kidney shot. Strike one.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
Get another look at it here from the other angle.
Oh, excuse me.
How's your lumbar feel after watching that?
Well, they're young kids. They'll bounce right back.
Grounder to short. Orlikowski finally with a routine play to make, and he does.
Good job, buddy.
Hasn't had to move deep in the hole for that one, and makes the throw across the diamond. 2 quick outs here for Farley on 4 pitches.
It's always good in the field when you make that error on the last chance, and now you come back and make a nice clean throw. Gives you a little confidence back, and you need that.
That'll bring up Nate Foley.
Right in there, kid.
And he takes one outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Do it here, 10. You got it here, bud.
Foley last year hit .309 for this Irondale team. 2-0 now. The count. His older brother Dan was on the team as well. He hit .350 last year. A hard grounder towards second base. Rotzine backs just fine, and the arm is too as he throws him out. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Farley. And through 3, it is all Cardinals up 6-0 on CTN.
Sweetie. Okay, you know what? Let's take off his sweatshirt. Get rid of pictures of him. You don't have to look at him. Goodbye, Dave.
Mom, you don't understand. He's tagged in like 400 of my posts.
I can cut out tags.
No, that's not how it works.
What is a tag?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love to share their first with you.
Good start for Coon Rapids here on this Thursday. Scored in every inning.
TV is our bag.
There we go. Thought you were going to say chalk.
Chalk one up. Chalk another one up.
Oh, no, it's only the top of the fourth, and we've already moved on to the puns.
There we are.
There we
FaceTime. Charlie, opportunity for you to get a little FaceTime.
Oh, yeah.
Which I know is in your contract. I know it's in your contract that you have to get at least one shot on air.
Foul down into the bullpen by Ratzin. I like that you give such a solid impression of what I'm like when I show up for one game every couple of years here.
Doesn't matter. It's your grandfather. Then it's a long-term clause.
Slow roller to the left side, and another long throw, and that was going to roll away, and it looked like that should be a base hit anyway, as Ratzin was going to beat it. I'm trying. Foley with a tough play.
Hey, we have fun here. That's all. That's what it's about. You know, you do enough of it. You're not having fun. You're not doing your job.
Absolutely. I believe they actually did mark that down as an error. That's a tough break for Foley. That's a long throw, and it looked like Ratzin was going to beat the throw anyway. Maybe not.
No, close.
So I'm going to bring up Garlic, and once again, Coon Rapids off to a good start in an inning. And another block for Jorgensen in the dirt.
And you continue to put pressure on Irondale in the field.
One of those days, too, where you make an error early, the whole team feels it, just starts to snowball on you.
Yeah, already 3.
And a good pitch there from Kunze. He's shown a couple of really deceptive pitches.
He has.
Especially down and into these right-handed hitters. We've got Garlic over the top. You see he's already had an active day.
Good, Ryan. Drive it here somewhere, bud.
1-1, and he goes upstairs. The fastball, 1-2.
You gotta protect now, Ryan.
Certainly not a thrower, Kunze, but he's a pitcher.
No.
He's changing spots.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
Speeds.
Okay, Ryan, give it a ride.
You see, not a big kid.
Bud, find it. Gotta protect now, Ryan.
Showing some craft on the mound. 1-2. In the dirt. Runner was halfway to second anyway, and Ratzin will take the other half on the wild pitch.
Again, being aggressive on the base pass gets yourself in scoring a situation.
Stop protecting up there, Ryan. Stop protect.
2-2. This Coon Rapids team today certainly has the look of a team that just feels like they can do anything out there. Confidence is such an effective tool, especially in high school baseball. You get a whole lineup believing that good things are going to happen, and they usually do.
Yep. Well, and you start the season with a couple of quality wins against Minnetonka and Maple Grove. Builds confidence right there. And
3-2 pitch on the way. Slow breaking ball and locked him up.
Ryan, you gotta protect, buddy.
Third strikeout
right there
for Kunze. It's only recorded 4 outs.
Do it here, Xander. Do it here, bud.
That was just a looping curve. That was a Bill Lee curveball from the right side.
Do it here, Xan. Find a green, bud.
Xander Parr. 1 for 2 today with a double and a run scored. There's another slow breaking ball for strike 1.
Wasn't Bill Lee the spaceman? Wasn't that what they called him?
Bill Lee, the spaceman, yep.
Oh,
he certainly, if you ever heard him talk, fits that description. He is nuts. 0-1 count on the way to Parr. In the dirt, lays off, 1-1.
As Xander thought about it, realized that ball was way down in the zone.
Dude, there's Xander. You got here, bud.
Double back in the first inning. Struck out against Zupfer in the second. First at bat against Kunze. Another off-speed pitch outside, 2-1. Kunze's faced everybody but Parr, Peary, and Farley in this Coon Rapids lineup.
Well,
there you go.
They'd like to get Parr here and get that second out because they prefer to have 2 outs if they have to face Kirby.
That is a well-behaved dog up the hill. Though not watching the game, I noticed 2-1.
He's not a baseball fan.
5, you got it, bud.
Parr stepping out here. Coon Rapids with a run in each inning.
Dan, you got here, kid.
They don't play again for 5 days. And they like to keep the bats warm.
Yep.
3-1. Play Blaine on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll be at that game.
Here's Dan.
2-1 the count to Parr. Third baseman today for Coon Rapids. Rotzine, who reached on an error and went to second on a wild pitch, still there. Ball 4, and that puts 2 on. And now the runner going down to third, and Rotzine just caught Irondale sleeping. And once again, that's just the difference between the two teams today.
Yep.
Coon Rapids locked in. Irondale hasn't always looked like they're fully into it.
Well, Jorgensen, Cooper Jorgensen, the catcher, realized he had to play at third, but nobody there. You're going to see his brother, and I think we'll have a little family discussion about that, kind of just turned his head and walked away from the play.
You see Bobby Lynch out there talking about, I'm sure, just that.
Yeah.
You can't switch off for a second.
You've got to keep your head in the game, especially against a team like Coon Rapids, who's very aggressive on the base paths.
You mentioned Minnetonka, Maple Grove, 2 big wins for Coon Rapids early in the year. 2 very much state tournament tested teams the last couple of years. Coon Rapids trying to get there for the first time since 2013. You maybe have a better feel for the path to the state tournament for the Cardinals this year in terms of section play, which is always important.
It is, and you know, this is never an easy section. Of course, with double elimination in playoffs, and certainly could try and earn your way to target field.
Irondale feels that pressure as well. They're in a good section. There's a strike to Peary. Last year, they were the 6th seed, but made it to the semifinals, knocked out Centennial. They knocked out Champlain Park, a couple of very good teams. Lost to Mounds View finally.
And Mounds View, always a good program.
Mm-hmm. And Peary with a high fly ball into center field. Playable for Schicker. Has to come way in on it. Rotzine's going to try it. And the play at the plate, they're going to have him out by a mile. Despite the Matrix-style jump there from Rotzine. Not going to get it done. It's a double play. Nice play by Schicker to end the inning. And the Cardinals, despite putting 2 on, are held off the board.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
The county hopes construction of the overpass can start in March or April and be finished by the start of the new school year.
Yes, I'm going to live to be 100.
Here's a look at how we got here in the first inning. Coon Rapids got things started. Peary drove one in. Nate Breams coming home in the second inning, part of a 3-run rally there. Jack Orlikowski as well. And then here is the third inning. They knocked out the starters up for 2 more coming in as saw Peary and Farley coming home. Made it 6-0, and the defensive play at the plate in the 4th inning, the only thing that kept Coon Rapids off the board there. So they are off to a great start. Yeah, Farley out there for the 4th inning work. Sorry, Howard.
No, it's okay. If you can score at least 1 run in 3 out of the 4 innings, it's a pretty good start.
especially with a good pitcher on the mound. And Farley has looked good, and his third inning of work was his best. He's retired 6 straight. And the last man to reach for Irondale reached on an error. Slow breaking ball swung on and missed by Jorgensen.
Yeah, sometimes as a pitcher you get in the zone, and certainly Farley so far looks like, especially the last number of batters, he's in a groove.
Just 1 hit allowed in this ball game. It was the second batter of the game. That was Colin Ward. Then he walked Foley, and since then, strikeout, strikeout, error, strikeout, fly out, ground out, fly out, ground out, ground out. Some of those flyouts to right field have been a little adventurous, but they made the play anyway.
As long as you make the play, you can make it look as exciting or as boring as you like. Just make the play.
Now go get it, buddy.
1-2 inside. It's steam on that one, but it turns Jorgensen off the plate.
Do a brain right in there, bud.
First strikeout victim of the game for Farley was Jorgensen of the 3. But he's used his defense well in this game. On the outside corner, there's strikeout number 4.
Yeah, Carter Jorgensen turned to look at the official like, I don't believe that call. Let's take another look at that.
Well,
good framing job.
You be the judge,
yeah, Kirby Perry, nice framing job.
And you have to imagine for Jorgensen some frustration there. And of course, he was the guy that was caught napping a little bit last inning, and the runner going to third on him. So, been a tough day for the cleanup hitter. Here's Nolan Newberg, 2-0.
Braden, you got here, bud.
Not just this game, too, for Irondale. This has been a season-long issue with them just not getting base hits. And then you got to go out against a pitcher like Farley.
Yeah.
And it's not going to help your mental state.
No, definitely not. And then now you're down 6-0, so you're in a hole. You're trying to dig out.
There you go, Braden. There you go, bud.
Chopper foul, 2-2. And Farley looking for strikeout number 5, and there it is.
Good job, Braden. Good job, buddy.
Just getting stronger as the game goes along here.
I was just going to say that. He is definitely getting stronger as this game continues. And another nice pitch there for the swing and a miss.
That was an at-bat. Farley fell behind 2-0 and then just blew 3 by him, and there's a breaking ball for a strike. To Max Strong, who was the last Irondale hitter to reach, leading off the second inning, reached on an error. Up and away, 1-1.
You Braden.
And the lefty delivers another slow breaking ball, and you saw Strong just trying to slow that bat down mid-swing. Chopped it off his toe.
Yeah, just stepped out of the box, walking off a little bit.
Braden, go get it now, bud.
Max, the DH today, hit 250 a year ago, drove in 7. Mentioned got his first hit of the season on Tuesday. Now 2-2.
Braden, you got her, bud.
And Farley, a good pitch. That one's just spoiled into the bullpen.
There's head coach
Bobby Lynch.
Yep, Bobby Lynch. An opportunity to talk to him a little earlier today. Felt that he's lost to some pretty good teams to start the season.
There's a slow chopper up the middle, and Orlikowski just couldn't stay down on it as it took a strange hop on its way back up. Not a lot on that for Strong, but that should go down as a base hit, and it does. So the first hit since the first inning for Irondale snaps a streak of 8 straight retired by Farley, and that'll bring up Aiden Price.
You can see it again, and Orlikowski just can't get to the ball. And
another one that even if he does, it's a really tough play at first. It's a strike of the knees.
Well, apparently the hit column works for the home team, but not for the visitors.
We don't know that. We know that it goes up to 5.
Oh, that's true. It could go up to only 5. That's true.
0-2 to Price. There you see, it's actually 6 runs on 7 hits for Coon Rapids. Errors
Clear,
column is
Brady.
right, the runs column is right.
Go get it, bud.
Check on the runner as we see the move from the lefty, Farley. A strong diving back to the bag. This would be the time to run with an 0-2 count on a hitter. Not going. And a grounder back up the middle. It might have been off the glove of Farley. Orlikowski had it bobble up on him, and he can't make the play to second base.
Yeah, I think that took a little concentration away from Orlikowski because it did come off the glove of Farley at first. He tried to go for that. I think had he just let it go by, we probably would have recorded an out.
Just there.
Yeah, just knocked it off course enough. But granted, Orlikowski probably should have made that play, but
did look like it took another hop on him off the dirt. And again, it's early in the season. High school baseball fields, they're not necessarily kept up there.
Yeah.
They're chunky and they're hard. Nothing's routine out there for these kids, and it just makes it difficult.
Good, Braden.
Late May, that might be an easier play. That's a great catch by Peary. I don't think that's the pitch he wanted.
Nope. But a good play to make sure that it didn't get by him.
And again, a runner at second base signals are going to be different. And they haven't had to do this since the first inning, so it's very possible they were not on the same page. So all of a sudden, a little bit of a rally here for Irondale. Cooper Jorgensen is at the plate. He's the one who hit the soft liner that was tailing away from Aurelius back in the second. He's able to make the play. Blocked by Peary as that one's in the dirt. Farley was really cruising through the first couple of hitters. Then the slow single up the middle by Strong. The error at short. Nothing out of the infield here in the inning. And here's a bouncer toward third base, and charging is Parr on to first, and a nice pick over there by Nate Breams to end the inning. So some more good defense from Coon Rapids, and Farley, despite a couple of base runners, still has the shutout going through 4.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world? You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Get started, Dan. Get it started, buddy.
Top half of the 5th here at Irondale. Charlie Beatty, Howie Shapiro with you with our CTN crew. Coon Rapids up 6-0. And the pitcher, Braden Farley, starts it off with a hard grounder towards second. That bobbles up, and another awkward bounce, this time for Aiden Price. And the same thing we saw happen to Orlikowski last inning. Just nothing clean out there in this infield, this early season infield.
It's those little rocks and little, uneven spots in the infield, and it just took a hard hop into Price, and that's going to be the 4th error on the Knights here in this contest.
Second error for Price. Throwing error back in the second inning led to a run, and the leadoff man is on again. All 5 innings, 4 of the 5, except for the first inning for Coon Rapids. Here's Breams, And the courtesy runner is out there again. That's Arndt.
Yep.
He scored in the 3rd inning. And he gets credit for that run, statistically. It took me a long time to realize that in high school baseball. Who gets the credit on a courtesy runner? It's actually the runner.
Right.
You have guys that have won at bat all year, and they score 15 runs.
It's a heck of a stat. It's quite the utility.
Get here, Nader. Let's do it here, bud. On the green.
1-1 the count on Nate Breams. And the runner going, and they got him picked off. And Arndt won't get a chance to add to that run column this time as he's caught stealing. Pitcher to second base.
Well, you're gonna always be aggressive if you're a Cardinal, and there he gets the lead. But the fortunate thing for the Knights is that Kunza had the ball still in his hand. He didn't deliver it to the plate.
Price says thank you very much as he makes the tag.
Yep.
His error is erased, and now it is 1-2 on Breams, the called strike.
Protect now, bud, protect. Do it here, Nate, you got it, bud.
Kunza has fanned 3, and that one comes up and catches Breams.
Take a little gruff from his teammates.
Do it here, Jackson.
And yep, the slow curveball.
Yep, right off the
just
arm.
a little flinch.
Yeah.
That's a great look.
I know.
On the green, Jackson.
Here's Aurelius. And a throw down to first, and Breams just barely getting back in on that, like a foul tip from Aurelius. A little casual getting back to the bag, though. 0-1. Aurelius with a 2-run single and a couple of nice defensive plays. 1 out in the inning for Coon Rapids. Another hard single into left field. Boy, Aurelius has Kunza's number. 2 singles, both off of him.
Yeah, and the Cardinals have been hitting the ball well this afternoon. Oh, they finally fixed the hit column for Coon Rapids. So apparently it does go beyond
from 5 to 8.
Yep.
As any scoreboard should.
Do it here, Ryan. Let's see it here, bud.
That'll bring up Corey. He has reached on an error, struck out in his only at bat against Kunza. Long look down at second base, and another throw down to first base, and diving back in is Aurelius.
He had to get back in there too. It made a closer play than it should have been, especially with a man on second. You have to risk that ball getting by.
Called strike to Corey. No batting gloves early in the season. It's a gutsy kid out there.
It is.
1-1.
Back in the day, I've been on the receiving end of that stinging feeling when you hit the ball, no gloves on a cold day.
Those early season games, I wore mittens at the plate. Taking no chances. Chopper foul towards the dugout.
Yeah, I used to use the oven mitts up there.
Whatever worked. Boxing gloves.
Boxing
Just
gloves.
keep your hands safe. Can't hit much.
No, but your hands are warm and safe.
And a bench clearing brawl breaks out, you're ready.
Exactly.
Irondale's got some action in the bullpen. Tyler Martin just softly tossing out there. And Kunza did pitch Tuesday, so he will have a little bit lower pitch count limit here as he strikes out Corey for the 2nd time.
Ball a little bit low in the zone. I'm sure that Ryan would love to have that pitch back. A little low enough to the outside.
Everything he's thrown has had some movement on it. Here's Orlikowski with 2 runners on. Check swing, rolls one toward the Irondale dugout. Irondale lacrosse team is practicing just off to our right. Pretty good lacrosse group they have here at Irondale. That broke out last season. 0-1, chopper foul.
Good, Jack. You got it, bud.
Oh, there you see him.
One of the faster growing sports all over the place, especially here in Minnesota.
You bet.
And there's one served into right field, base hit for Orlikowski. Breams rounding third, and he is going to score. The throw comes into the shortstop. It is 7-0 Coon Rapids as Orlikowski delivers a 2-out run-scoring single.
And that's the situations coach Mossy has been talking about. You know, when you have 2 outs and runners on, certainly against Totino, they had a number of opportunities and they weren't able to capitalize. Here, they've been able to do so. Orlikowski with a nice base wrap, getting an RBI.
Second run batted in today, a double and a single for him. That'll bring up Ratzin. He has an RBI on a sacrifice fly today. Reached on an error. Stolen a base, was thrown out at home to end last inning.
And a matrix type move at the plate.
Somewhere between that and Bruce Lee.
We'll have to ask him about it. Maybe that's his own patented move. Unfortunately, it was not successful, but it looked good.
And don't try it at home.
Don't try it at home, kids.
Here's a chopper toward third. Jorgensen able to come up with a low throw, and that's going to get away, and that's going to be another run for Coon Rapids, maybe more, as Orlikowski rounding third hard. E5. And the inning continues as Aurelius comes in to score.
Yeah, E5, error 5 for the Knights here on the day. As you mentioned earlier, it's been all Coon Rapids, both at the plate, and certainly aided by some issues in the field by Irondale.
Another one right there. He had all kinds of time to make that throw, but tried to make it on the run. Fouled away by Garlic. 7th man to bat this inning for Coon Rapids. 2 more runs, and now they're flirting with the idea of maybe putting this into a 10-run situation. Base hit here would do that.
Yeah, especially with the speed at second.
And Garlic to first, but Super is there as that one was off the end of the bat. So they'll leave 2, but they score 2. And Coon Rapids through 4.5, up big.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Jules, spot me on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Well, for all those who don't know that you can find what we do on YouTube, make sure you check us out. YouTube.com/CTN Studios will get you all the action. Some live contests, anything we do that you can go on there and see things we've done in the past. And watch Sports Night on there if you miss it. A lot of good opportunities. CTN Studios on YouTube.
Bunted foul by Joe Super. So can I accurately describe you as a YouTube star if I was
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
describe-
yeah.
I mean, I already do. I just wanted to make sure that it was accurate.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you're talking the truth.
0-1 the
Just
count.
ask me, I'll tell you.
Do it, Braden, right in there, Bob.
And there's strike
Nice
2.
pitch, buddy, nice pitch.
Tried to bunt his way on here, the number 9 hitter. Just his second at bat.
Do it,
Contrast, Coon Rapids
Stay out there, Bob.
already starting their 4th time through the order. Staying alive at the plate. Super grounded out to third back in the 2nd inning.
Do it here, Braden. Go get him now. Take him yourself.
Farley got him. Dropped it home with the tag by Peary.
Yeah, Farley's been efficient here, certainly today.
Strikeout number 6 for Braden Farley, and that'll bring up the top of the order. And Carson Schicker was twice flying to right.
See it again, swinging strike.
Do it, Braden, right in there, bud.
Just 2 hits allowed for Farley.
Good. Right
There's
there.
a strike to Schicker, and one of them didn't get out of the infield. One and one to Schicker, whose biggest contribution in this game was that great throw home to get Rothstein by about 10-15 feet on the 8-2 double play. Foul tip there. Don't think we really talked about it much at the time because we were talking about Rothstein's slide, quote unquote, but that was a very accurate throw that Schicker made.
Yes, it was.
And the curveball was hung up there a little bit. He drives it high into left center field, but arranging over is Corey to make the play. That'll bring up Colin Ward. Ward, the only outfield base hit today for Irondale. That was all the way back in the first inning. Farley stranded at second base.
Farley committed to the U of M, so he's going to be a gopher next year.
Nice pitch, buddy.
U of M Duluth. Will be a Bulldog.
Another one, Braden.
All collegiate battery here. And that one's whacked back up the middle and a base hit for Ward. His second of the day. 2-out single here for the Knights. And that will bring up Nate Foley.
Nate's just trying to do something to keep that goose egg off the scoreboard, get it off, and see if they can get some runs on the board here. But Braden Farley has been pretty stingy.
Cardinals do have a little action in the bullpen. As Foley a grounder to first. Easy play for Breams. One pitch to end the inning there. And despite the 2-out single, another relatively easy inning for Braden Farley, who's cruising through 5, up 8-0.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Are you looking for a fun activity for your school or civic group? Volunteer at the Coon Rapids Recycling Center. The center relies on 2 to 3 volunteers every week to help us manage the recyclables that come in and to guide guests throughout the facility. Special events such as paper shredding or the Green Expo require even more volunteers. Stop in and check us out.
Hey Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah, hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
Top of the 6th. Coon Rapids in control of this one and have been really since the word go.
They have.
They will face their third pitcher today as Tyler Martin, senior, comes in for his first appearance of the year, number 34. You got to look at Tyler.
And the Cardinals have scored runs in 5 of the 6 innings they've.
Do it here, Xander.
And the 6th was, of course, the one that ended with a man being thrown out at the plate. So they have really threatened. Mentioned they have had the leadoff man on in 4 of 5 innings. Xander Parr takes a ball down low. 2 2/3 innings for Kunza. Gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. Neither run was earned.
On the side.
1-1 to par. Struck out 4, didn't walk anybody.
Do it here, Xander. Do it, bud.
Only had 1 walk in this game between the 2 teams. That's not the norm for high school baseball. Good control by these kids today. I don't think they've had an overly generous strike zone. It's been a good strike zone.
Get out, buddy. Get out.
2-2. They have been around the plate all day.
Coach Mossie's got to be very pleased with what his squad is doing here this afternoon.
Check swing by Parr, and they say he went around. And a wry smile from Martin on the strikeout. No, actually, it's a called 3rd strike.
Let's take a look at it again. And
let's see where this pitch actually is. It's right up there around the letters. Certainly didn't look like he went around, but they did say it was called 3rd strike.
He did say it was called.
Mossy was asking the umpire. There's a strike to Perry. Perry 2 for 3 today with a double, single, a run scored, and RBI. He was the one who hit into the 8-2 double play that ended the 4th inning.
Drive it out there, Curb.
Martin's pitch in the dirt. 2-1. One in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, none in the fourth, 2 in the 5th. For Coon Rapids, good offensive day for them.
It's efficient.
Way up and over the head of Perry, 3-1. Farley waiting on deck.
Good hustle there, man. Like that? Do it here, Curb.
See what Perry does here. Ahead in the count, taking all the way. And there's a walk. First for Irondale pitchers today.
Yeah, see, as soon as you start talking about it, then the walk came.
I will keep my mouth shut from here on out.
Well, that's not probably a good thing for you in your position, to keep your mouth shut.
You can handle it.
No, I can, but...
YouTube star. They get things done. Here's Farley. Muscles one into shallow center.
Never know, never know.
Schicker coming on and makes the play with that ball tailing away from him.
Yeah, got underneath that pitch a little bit.
Go here, Nate. Find a green, bud.
So that'll bring up Breams. He's had a good day. Takes one up and away. He was hit by a pitch last inning that he really had to wait for.
He did.
Slow curveball got him on the shoulder. Actually wondered when that happened if there would be some argument that he didn't really try to evade
Well, he
it.
didn't. He really didn't. He just kind of turned a little bit away from the pitch.
Go here, Nate. Drive it out there, bud.
2-0 the count. Runner going. Throw down to second, and Perry beats it easily. A stolen base. His second of the day.
And nice jump. Got a nice jump off the pitch and able to get the bag with 2 outs. Get himself in scoring position.
Good, Nate. Find green, buddy. Drive it out there.
Ball 4 to Breams. So 2 walks now in the inning.
See what you started?
Go there, Jackson.
I will take the blame for this. Here's Aurelius. A couple of singles today for him. 2 runs batted in and a run scored.
Go there, Jackson.
And the defensive play of the day.
A gem.
Up and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
Go there, 3.
1-0 the count to Jackson Aurelius. Down and in, 2-0 Martin. Struggling to find the plate all of a sudden. That is 6 straight out of the zone for the senior pitcher. tough spot to come into against a lineup that's really rolling. Facing the meat of the order, up high, 3-0.
Yeah, and you see the situation where he's now looking at a pitch away from loading him up.
It's one of those things you say, all right, it's an 8-0 game, go in, throw strikes. But,
yeah.
You know,
got to throw strikes.
Still got to go out there and do it. There's one on the outside corner. Certainly took something off there, just trying to get one over the plate.
Well, he needed it.
Aurelius might get a very good pitch to hit here, should he choose to swing at it.
Here, Jackson.
Down and away.
Yeah.
Third walk of the inning. And that will bring up a pinch hitter.
It's Carter Anderson. An opportunity as pitching coach going to take a walk to the mound. He's hitting .222 on the season, so an opportunity with 2 outs and bases loaded, see if he can produce and continue this run-scoring parade for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, again, a base hit here, you would think would be worth 2. And if that were the case, then Farley would be pitching to close out the game in the bottom half of the 6th. Long discussion at the mound.
Yeah, I don't think they're making a change at this point. Just talking about things with, you know, just, again, try and get this, find your location and get this last out of the inning, get out of here without any damage.
Confidence builder, too, a guy who hasn't pitched all year.
Yep.
Just trying to get some innings here, and that's one of those things with pitch count limits coming in a couple of years ago in high school baseball. Sometimes you've got to just stretch a guy out that's not normally a pitcher just to save some arms.
Well, you do, especially because, you know, in this, you never know when you're going to get games in, and when you have the opportunity to play, you got to get them in.
I'm green out there, Cards. Let's do it here, buddy.
So a chance here for Anderson. And he goes up there swinging. Got a good cut at it. No balls and 1 strike to Carter Anderson, the senior wearing the number 9. Up and in.
Good eye, good eye.
Coon Rapids against Blaine on Tuesday. They'll play Centennial next Thursday. Good games coming up on the outside corner. And it is 1-2 to Carter Anderson.
Now, good situation for Tyler Martin, now ahead in the count 1-2. Just trying to avoid any additional runs here.
Just off the outside corner.
Tough one to take.
Speaking of Centennial, Irondale will visit them on Tuesday. Play Robbinsdale Armstrong next Thursday. This was actually supposed to be the 3rd of 3 consecutive games for Irondale. They were supposed to play St. Thomas yesterday. You all know why that didn't happen. Anderson takes a called 3rd strike. And he loads him up, does Martin, with a trio of walks, but he does strike out 2 in the inning after 5.5. It's still 8-0 Cardinals.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Roll over. Chance high 5. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother
and... I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
Now Braden Farley is going to come out of the game here as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Here's what he did through 5. Just terrific. 6 strikeouts for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. He gave up only 3 hits. 2 errors behind him. Only walked 1. In line for his 2nd win of the year. And now he gets a breather as Jimmy Brenda will come on to pitch at least the 6th.
Yeah, Jimmy's really the pitcher that's pitched this year didn't have experience from a year ago, but Jimmy, a junior, getting the opportunity to throw here with a nice 8-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
He will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Jorgensen, Newberg, and Strong. Jorgensen and Newberg probably very happy to see
Jimbo.
that Braden Farley is no longer in this ballgame. They were 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts against him.
Carter Anderson also in the ballgame defensively in left field.
0-1 pitch on the way from Brenda, bounces in front of the plate. Peary still doing the catching. I mentioned Irondale was supposed to play yesterday. Would have been 3 in 3 days. Actually, it would have been 4 in 4 days. They played South St. Paul on Monday. So this is quite a week. Got the rainy day off yesterday. On the inside corner, 1-2.
Nice pitch from Brenda, getting ahead in the count.
Do it here, Jimmy. Take him yourself now. Go get it here, bud.
Same message for Brenda as it was for Martin. It's 8-0. Just get out there and put it over the plate. And there's strike 3. A tough day for Carter Jorgensen. His 3rd strikeout, 2 straight looking. There's that big, we've been talking about Bill Lee today. And is he here? Because he would love this.
Drop that one in.
Nolan Newberg is 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks today.
Do it, Jimmy. Stay hot.
First pitch from Brenda, a lot of bend on it, but it goes down low. A breezy,
chilly,
cooling evening here.
Ooh.
Down
Look good,
low.
Jimmy. Look good, buddy. Right there.
And it's
right
2-0.
there.
This is the kind of game, if you're a high school baseball player, where you are very happy to be up 8-0.
Yeah.
And distraught to be down 8-0 because the weather just makes it worse or better.
There you go, bud.
2-1.
Yeah, you're a little warmer on a day like this when you're up 8-0.
Stay hot on it.
Two and one, now 3-1. And we've seen that today. Irondale got down early, and some of the defensive errors they've made, you'd call them focus plays.
Yeah.
And you get down, and it's chilly. You got a lot of things to think about, homework and whatnot. Your focus just starts to go. 3-1 pitch, chop foul toward the Coon Rapids dugout.
Yeah, at some point you just say, let's get this one done and go home and regroup.
One of those things you don't think about if you just watch the occasional high school baseball game. These kids have a lot going on, and I think coaches know that. And the hardest thing to get them to do is just necessarily pay attention for every game.
Yeah, always tough with kids. And they are just kids.
Gonna bring him back Strong, and he's been the guy that Coon Rapids hasn't been able to get out today. Reached on an error, also singled, and he's up there with a runner at first. And 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th.
Jimmy, you got it here, bud.
First pitch from Brenda on the inside corner.
Stay hot there, Jimbo.
He has to, for the most part, really like what he's seen today from his team. They've gone out there, they've attacked.
Good, Jimmy.
Great pitching performance, of course. Even the dirt, 1-1.
Oh, Coach Mossy said in practice yesterday, they were obviously not outside, but indoors. They went back to talking about what they did in those first 2 games and attack the ball, solid base running, and with all things they've done here this afternoon.
Jimbo, you got it, bud.
1-1 pitch is inside, 2-1. Aiden Price waiting on deck.
You got it here, 7. Let's do it, bud.
Pitch from Brenda, very short of the plate. Not much chance for Peary to block that one. Wild pitch moves the runner down to second. So 3-1. And both pitchers who we talked about, the edict, come in, throw strikes, have had a little trouble finding the plate. You see how short that ball was.
Yep. And Peary out just talking to Brenda, just calming him down a little bit. Senior talking to the junior, saying we're up 8-0, let's get this done.
And you said perfect time for a guy like this to come in, get
Yep.
some varsity experience.
Yep.
Throw a pitch like that in a 2-2 ball game. You may
Yeah,
never
it's a little
recover
different
from it.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got quite the cushion here, but
it is 2-2 the count. It should be 3-1. The umpire says 2-2.
Yeah.
He has called 3 balls in this at bat. My book has 3-1. The
Yeah.
scoreboard now has 3-1. Bobby Lynch arguing for it. He's right. Bobby Lynch is right here, and the umpire may have hit the wrong button on the counter. And
3-1.
he's
He'll
going to
agree
go
to
with
it.
that.
Yep.
No, it's right in the end. That's what matters.
Do it here, Jimmy.
So Brenda with a runner at second. 3-1 pitch in the dirt, gets away. A runner's going to move down to third. So back-to-back walks, a couple wild pitches here for Brenda. Learning on the job, and these things will happen. And
Coach Mossy going to take a walk out and talk to him first.
Aiden Price will come up with runners on the corners.
Being so windy out, it wouldn't be bad.
See in the sunlight here, but it is getting chilly. As
It feels
evening
good in the
comes on.
sunlight though, when the wind dies down. But yeah, you're right. It is. It's definitely a little chilly.
Good look at the field here, nestled into some of the nature in the background,
Yep.
and of course behind us is all New Brighton neighborhood. We were talking about this a little earlier, but I don't necessarily live up in this part of the Twin Cities, but Irondale's a school that you just kind of have a hard time picturing where it is sometimes.
I
It's
agree.
just sort of nestled in here.
Somebody asked me today, where is it? And I said, just off of Long Lake Road and 694.
And then they say, where is that?
Yeah, right where Irondale is.
Ball
Come
one
on,
to
the
Aiden
one don't you
Price.
understand?
1-0 the count. Price struck out back in the second inning, reached on an error in the fourth. Was stranded at first base. Chance to drive in Irondale's first run here today. Peary throwing behind the runner. Ball bobbled down at first, but Newberg staying put at third.
Try, Kurt.
Pitch was a strike.
Look good, buddy. Look good.
Both catchers today have shown a real willingness to try to pick people off.
Now Kirby, this will be our second game that we have done, and always very aggressive behind the plate.
Swing and a
There
miss.
you go, Jimmy.
One thing Brenda doesn't have to worry about is velocity.
now,
You
Jimmy.
don't have radar guns here. You have to go by kind of the eye test or the sound test of the catcher's mitt.
Look at yourself here, Jimmy.
He's passing both for me. 1-2 pitch. Popped up, fouled on the first base line. Bream's tripping on the bag, but he recovers to make the play.
That's a big second out. Not that the score is any question, but just you'd like to get out of this inning without allowing any runs if possible.
So Cooper Jorgensen will try his luck here with runners at the corners and 2 out. Peary going out to talk to Brenda one more time. Jorgensen is flying to right, grounded to third. He's been the victim of a couple of nice defensive plays. One, a pick at first base by Breams, and then the diving catch by Aurelius. Takes a strike.
Stay hot there, 7.
At first is Strong. At third is Newberg for Irondale. That one in the dirt, blocked.
Stop, Curb.
Joe Super waiting on deck, but it looks like a pinch hitter for Irondale if they get that far. Jake Moe is actually waiting in the on-deck circle.
Good, Jimmy.
And a pitch chopped down to third, and that will roll foul.
I'll give Brendan an opportunity now ahead in the count, 1 and 2.
Struck out the older Jorgensen to start the inning. Then ran into some control problems with a couple of walks, couple of wild pitches, but has a chance to get out of it against the sophomore Jorgensen. That's Cooper. Outside with a breaking ball, 2 and 2. I imagine there is a little bit of pressure to be felt when you're following up a guy who really dominated a lineup.
Yep.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missing outside. Runs the count full. So Strong will take off from first base.
Good job by Jorgensen, just waiting on that pitch and forcing that third ball.
Go get it, bud.
3-2 pitch. Struck him out. Swinging. So strikeouts bookend the inning. Wasn't necessarily routine for Brenda, but he doesn't allow a run. And after 6, still 8-0 Coon Rapids.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world? You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Fans bundling up against the oncoming cold here. Warm inside that truck behind him.
Yes.
I think.
Well, warmer than out here.
They don't let me in there, so, which is probably good.
Well, they did once.
1 ball and no strikes to Jack Orlikowski.
Jake Moe in at third for the
Jack. You got it, bud.
Knights, and Nick Haugen in and right. A couple of defensive changes for Irondale.
2-0. Martin still out there on the mound for his second inning of work. See, Orlikowski's had a good day at the plate. Adventurous day in the field. Pops this one up down the right field line in the sunshine. Haugen, how about that? Welcome to the ball game. Yep. And he makes a nice play in foul territory.
Coming in cold, gets a nice job making the run. Getting the first out of the inning.
And again, that ball tailing away, and the wind pushing it a little bit too. He had to go a long way, lost the hat. Good thing he has the sunglasses, because he has to deal with that also out there.
Yeah, the sun is now out.
Very nice catch. Now here's Rotzine. Hard and off Martin on the mound, and Mo will just, well, he would have eaten it. He didn't actually pick it up, but the more important thing is how's Martin? That'll be a base hit for Rotzine.
He's a thick young man. I think he's okay. The ball's a little worse for wear.
Showing the bench, it hit me on the arm like it's nothing.
That's right. The ball's dented. We need a new ball.
Reminds me of the video I saw the other day with Colin McHugh of the Astros. If you've seen that, he got a hard liner, and he did the limbo to get out of the way.
I did see that.
I
did see that. Yeah, and they showed it in slow motion. Jack Arndt getting the opportunity to hit now for the Cardinals. We saw him as a courtesy runner earlier in this game.
Arndt hitting for Garlick, takes a strike.
You saw one, 8. You saw it.
Takes guts to stand out there and be a pitcher, and knowing it might come back at you at about 100 miles an hour.
Good at Jack.
If you haven't seen the Colin McHugh video, check it out, because it was a ball that was just smoked, and it goes right between his glove and his face. And it doesn't hit anything.
And there wasn't a lot of space between that for the ball to get through. It just fit through there perfectly.
He was still trying to catch it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
Do it here, Jack. Find the green, bud.
0-2 count here on Arndt. Takes one down low. So that was hit number 10 for Coon Rapids today. 8 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. No runs, 3 hits, 5 errors today for Irondale.
Good Jack.
As many today as they'd had the rest of the season defensively.
Good eye, good eye.
2-2.
Good Jack, still protecting.
One gone here, top of the 7th. In Coon Rapids game the entire way. Slow breaking ball, and that's over the head of Price at second base. Rotzine will stop at second.
Good job, Jack.
And Arndt with a base hit.
Do it here, Zan.
A couple more hits here. The top of the 7th for the Cardinals, as you talked about, just 10, now bringing them to 11. That's kind of been their MO, is that getting 10, 11 hits in a game, certainly in those first 2 games. Just 5 in the third contest, the loss, 2-1 loss to Totino.
You saw one.
Carr taking a strike. He has a hit today. Doubled back in the first inning. 3 plate appearances since, hasn't put the ball in play. 2 strikeouts and a walk. Up high, 1-1.
Do it, Xander. Let's do it, bud.
Struck out looking against Martin last inning. That was the check swing, was it or wasn't it? And ended up being a called 3rd strike. Up high, 2-1.
Good, Xander. You got it here, buddy.
At the knees, 2-2. Mentioned Coon Rapids shut out Irondale on its last visit here 2 years ago. Trying to do it again.
Would love to see him, the Card, and I'm sure the Cards would love to see that shutout when they get on that bus home.
Swung on and missed, way out in front of that one, and Parr strikes out second time against Martin. And there are 2 gone in this 7th inning for Kirby Perry.
Sander talking to himself a little bit as he makes his way back to the dugout.
Perry walked, stole second, got as far as 3rd last inning. And takes a strike.
You saw it, 2-4, you saw it now.
2 hits back in the 1st and 3rd. Couple of hard hit balls.
Do the curve, drive it out there somewhere, bud.
Popped up, fouled on the right field line. Haugen might have another one here. Long run. That was actually the first baseman. Carter Jorgensen's over at first now. Couldn't get to that one. So 0-2 on Peary. 2 on here in the inning. Coon Rapids has had base runners in every inning in this game.
Drive it out there, curb.
Down and away. If you want to nitpick, they have left 8 men on base. That is really nitpicking.
That is really nitpicking, considering they're up 8-0 with 11 base hits on the game so far.
Grab it, protect.
I just came here to be negative. And that is wrapped up the middle and off the glove of Price. Is that one really tailing again? 1 run's going to score. Arndt is hustling around third. He's going to try it. Peary is safe at second base. The throw to the plate, closer to us than the plate. And that'll move Peary up to third. That ball was just torched, and it was twisting again, and it went right off the tip of the glove of Aiden Price.
Yeah, that's one I'm sure Aiden Price would like to have back, an opportunity to record that out.
See how they score it here. Don't think they put anything on the board
yet. They have it.
Jimmy Brindle will hit now. And they're looking at one of the Irondale fielders.
Is that Price?
It's not Price.
No.
I think it's Jorgensen actually
Oh,
over
it is
there.
Jorgensen.
Looking at his hand. I don't know if he got cut there. You see it.
It's like batting.
A little collaboration on the healing here between coaching staffs.
Yep. Coming out with a little back teen. I don't know if it's a blister. Could be a blister, the way they're looking at it, maybe.
They did give Peary a base hit here.
Yep.
That would go down as a double. 2-run scoring. So a 3 RBI day for him. And Jorgensen is okay to go again. And it's 10-0 Coon Rapids with Jimmy Brenda getting his first at bat of the day. Grounder towards third, and that one kicks away, and Peary will score. That'll be the 6th Irondale error of the game.
And Alec Lehman coming across with the run. He was the courtesy runner at third for Peary. So it's the 11th run, the 6th error for the Knights in the field.
And now another pinch hitter, Ben Oster, will come in. Up high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Oh, nice that Coach Mossy getting an opportunity to get some players in, whether they're base runners or some additional at-bats for players that
Green, Benny.
haven't gotten a lot. This is just the 2nd at-bat for Oster.
Like the only player who's not appeared in this game. Pardon me, it is Oster.
It is Oster.
Only player who's not appeared in this game so far for Coon Rapids that's on their roster is Strauss, who, as I remember it, I don't think he does any hitting.
Do it, Benny.
There's a strike, 2-1.
Hey, side now 3.
A tough break there for the pitcher, Martin. That ball, again, at Price, hit his glove. It was scorched.
Yeah, it was scorched.
But that would have been the end of the inning had he been able to snow cone it.
Do it, Benny. Gotta love it, Benny.
3-1 here to Oster. Jackson Aurelius waiting on deck.
Do it, Benny.
The 3-1 pitch, and Oster with a slow roller, and the play will be to first to end the inning. But 3 more for the Cardinals, and they'll take an 11-run lead into the bottom half of the 7th, trying to close this thing out, looking for a 2nd shutout in 3 years at Irondale.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Jules, spot me on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Last hacks up there for Irondale here in the bottom of the 7th, 11-0 Coon Rapids. And Jimmy Brinda deals to Jake Moe to lead it off and delivers a strike at the knees.
Right there, 7, stay hot there.
Moe's 3rd at-bat of the year.
Yeah, I think Brinda wants to come out here and just have a quick inning.
Get in here, Jimmy.
Just get this contest under your belt. Move to 3-1. Did that get him? That got him.
Got him on the jersey. Moe, who had struck out in his first 2 at-bats, is on base for the first time this year.
He'll take it.
Bring up Carson Chicker.
Do it here, Jimmy.
Again, that one hit a button.
Yeah, popped it.
I say that. I don't think there are any buttons on those Irondale jerseys. Ball 1.
You're old school.
There was a time when the t-shirt jersey was old school.
Yep.
What kids today realize what they owe to the 1980s.
Well, the biggest change for me is the brim on the hat now. We always, growing up, were able to curve our brim. You can't do it anymore.
Yeah, they starch those things up pretty well.
And they're a little shorter. They're not quite as long as the, I don't want to say older style hats, but
now, Jimmy, take him yourself, bud.
1-2 to Carson Chicker with nobody out here. Bottom of the 7th, breaking ball and a grounder back to the mound. Brinda will go to second. Orlikowski trying to double it up, and they got him.
A nice double play, comes at a good time. Couple outs now. One away from closing it out. Moving to 3-1 are the Cardinals.
It's got to feel good for Orlikowski, who's had such a strange afternoon out there with a lot of tough plays to make. Right through the bag, good clean throw over to first. And maybe they didn't get him.
Oh, nice.
11-0 ground out call at first base.
When you're down 11-0, it's it's like, are you gonna even argue it if you think it's close? And oops, that one got away from him.
He can afford to smile about it. 1-1. And the other thing too, in the umpire's defense out there, remember there are only 2 umpires, and with a runner
That's
on,
true.
he is at second base. That is a lot longer look over to first.
Tough
job in high school.
Yep.
Do it, Jimmy.
1-1 pitch at the knees. Strike to Colin Ward.
You got it here now,
Ward
Jimmy.
has 2 hits today. For an Irondale team that only has 3 total. Breaking ball, and he serves that one just off the tip of the glove of Orlikowski. It looked like he might have needed to take 1 step back, and he had it. Ward is on for the 3rd time.
When you mentioned it, a little tough afternoon for him, and continues a little bit. Yeah, but you're
Just
right.
mistimed the
Yeah,
jump.
it did.
Do it, Jimbo, you got it.
I believe they've given him an error. Here's a throw down to first, and that ball gets away. Ward didn't know about it, but now he'll move to second. So that'll be an E6 to get him on, and E2 to move him to second base. With the batter, Nate Foley. Pitch was a strike. Foley with an RBI chance. He was the winning pitcher between these 2 teams last year. Good bending breaking ball. Yeah, Brinda's certainly shown some stuff.
Do it again, buddy.
I think he's the grandson of motivational speaker Matt Foley. I'm not sure though. I read something about
Speaking of dated references, the 0-2 pitch just outside 1-2. I don't know what's worse, that none of the kids on the field know who that is, or that we do.
Yeah.
If you don't know who it is, look it up.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
worth your time.
It's classic.
1-2. Chopper back to the mound, and Jimmy Brinda will jog it halfway to first. In fact, he'll take it all the way to first. One unassisted And that ends the ball game. 11-0. Coon Rapids over Irondale. 12 hits knocked out there by Coon Rapids, just 3 for the Knights, and a great starting pitching performance today from Braden Farley.
Yeah, Farley came in and pitched really well, and of course Coon Rapids did a nice job of collecting hits and runs and building up that lead. Really, this game obviously never in doubt for the Cardinals. Just 3 base hits. Just 3 base hits for the Knights, 6 miscues in the field for Irondale, which certainly hurt them in extended innings for Coon Rapids.
And for Coon Rapids, a nice bounce back game after a tough loss on Tuesday, as you mentioned. Here's what's coming up, and we talked about it today at Blaine on Tuesday. And you will be there.
I
Joe
will be there.
Back.
Joe will be back.
You won't need me anymore.
Well, that's not. We always need
the dream
you.
team back together.
Yeah,
you
the
and Joe.
dream team.
And the Cardinals will try to keep this thing going. Some great momentum picked up today, and hopefully more coming for a Coon Rapids team that showed out pretty well here on the road against Irondale. 11-0, the final over the Knights.
Now, this is a lot of fun, Charlie. Thank you so much. Hopefully we get you back soon.
I'll do my best anytime. You see some of the pictures from this one. Coon Rapids 11, Irondale nothing. Great day for the Cardinals on CTN. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, you too. Take care.